Hello people and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to be looking at one by Sarah Eaton, and she really just nails the insanity of the mental minefield that men have to navigate through in the dating, and the dating minefield that women present to men in dating in current times, that it's just insane. When I sit back as a man and look at it logically, and when you listen to this woman summarise it in a nutshell, it just shows you why men are literally just saying no thank you to that. Because what's happening is there's a collective movement of men realising that women control and manipulate them when they're in their feelings. And the bottom line is, the manipulation, gaslighting and insanity has got so extreme that you can't not see it now. And men are waking up and seeing all of these insane demands from women, and just how backward, hot, cold, one way, this way, and it just changes. Their opinions and their feelings just change like the wind, and that men are waking up and realising slowly that their logic is kicking in, and they are seeing women for the insane beings that they are right now. Because if you think that's harsh, me saying that, let me just play you this video.
I can understand why men have given up dating, because can someone make it make sense for me how these women want men to text them back fast, but not too fast, that it's too creepy. They want men to make six figures while working 20 hours a week while they still have quality time with them. You know, if he has a good relationship with his mom, then that means he treats women well. But if he doesn't have a relationship with his mom, then that means he's automatically abusive. But then she doesn't want to ever talk about her daddy issues. If he's too nice and too kind, then that means that he wants something from you, or, you know, there's an assumption that he's just buying you gifts and wining and dining you because he wants sex. But if he doesn't wine and dine you, then he's lazy, he doesn't care, and he's not putting in enough effort. You want men to lead, but you don't want to listen. You want men to show their masculinity and take charge and plan dates, but not too much masculinity that he comes off as aggressive, mean, rude, or condescending. You want men to be in tune with your emotions, but if he's too emotional, then he's weak, and you don't trust him to make decisions and lead. He has to be attractive, but not too attractive that he looks like a fuckboy or somebody that gets around, because if he's too attractive, then he has too many options. But if he's not attractive enough, then you're not even looking in his direction. If he has a child and a baby mom, then you automatically assume that, you know, what baby mom would want to be single, and that makes him toxic. But if he's never been married or in a committed relationship, then that also makes him toxic, and that's a red flag because he's never been in a relationship before. You want men to initiate the dating stages of a relationship. You want men to initiate sex, but then when he stops initiating sex, then you assume that he's cheating on you. You want men to be honest and open and upfront, but your idea of honest and open and upfront is basically him telling you only the truth that validate your feelings and your experiences, because the moment that he invalidates how you feel, now he's narcissistic, he's abusive, and he's mentally and emotionally using you and abusing you. These women will always say that they want men to be themselves and be authentic to who they are, but then there's an entire list of icks, like wearing sandals at, you know, in winter, or him just getting coffee, or him getting sepsis, and you think it's funny and you're posting it on social media. But the moment that he posts an ugly picture of you on social media, now he's a piece of crap and he's picked the wrong picture, and now you feel bad about yourself. If he dresses well and he takes care of himself, then he's too feminine and he's trying to show off. But if he doesn't dress well enough and he doesn't show off and he dresses average, then he looks like a broke-ass loser bum, and you want nothing to do with him. You want that man to have hobbies like going to play golf or gaming, but if he games too much or plays golf too much, or it inconveniences your lifestyle or what you have going on, now you're pissed off. But if he doesn't have any hobbies, then he's a loser because he's too obsessed with you. But if he has too many hobbies and takes away time from you, then he doesn't care enough. If a man respects a woman's boundaries, then he's being too creepy because he's just too good of a man. But if he doesn't respect her boundaries, then he's likely to abuse her or SA her later on down the road. If a man speaks loud, then that means that he's aggressive. If he speaks too soft, then that means he's too feminine. Women expect constant attention and praise all of the time. So if you give too much, then you're trying too hard. But if you give too little, then you're a lazy bum and you don't match the guys in her DMs. These women don't want men to be manipulative or liars or cheaters, but they'll turn around and show their butt cheeks online and call it, body positivity to basically cheat on you and be narcissistic, but then it's still all of your fault. And the sad reality is that you could give a woman everything that she could ever dream of: the house, the money, the cars, the emotional stability. You could provide, you could protect, you could check all of the boxes down the list. And guess what? She's going to turn around and say that she's bored, she's uninspired, she's not attracted to you. She's going to cheat on you with the next guy down the street who has no job, all because Susie Q has a better life on Instagram. But not only that, when she says that she's unhappy, she's going to get online and talk about how you're a narcissist, how you're abusive, even though you gave her everything that she could ever want. And every single step of the way that the goalpost changed or the expectation, especially unrealistic expectations, changed, you gave it to her and it still wasn't enough. So yeah, if anyone is ever wondering why men have stopped dating, this is a perfect example, because even as a woman, if you really sit back and look at it, it's so unrealistic and it's so delusional and it's so narcissistic that who the hell would want to put themselves through this? And it makes sense when you really think about it, because none of it actually makes sense. Women don't actually know what they want. They love the highs and lows of being incompatible with the wrong people instead of just being at peace, and then they blame the men for the unfulfillment and the lack of peace within their lives, even though they're the ones creating this diabolical cycle over and over with different men. Okay, bye.
Wow, she absolutely nailed that. And that is the beauty of it, that she admitted at the end she is a woman and she's not denying that she's like that. She's just sat back, like she said, and looked at it and thought, wow, this is just insane. And that's a woman saying that. So the bottom line is, from my point of view as a man and what I've experienced, what I see, what I know, and what she's just showed you there, it's evident that women have constructed this whole system of manipulation and lies and feeling-based system, basically, that suits them. And they use it to manipulate men. That's all. It's a whole women's system of manipulation of emotions to control and mess with men, to dominate them, to control them, to get their own way all the time. They do not live in reality. They've created this whole delusional system that they think is fine, and that they still blame us. So I think that woman absolutely nailed it. That women are completely delusional. It's so crazy, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. So let's have a look at a few comments. One day I woke up and realised most women don't actually like most men. Suddenly the clouds parted and the sun appeared. Yep. When faced with a losing game, the best move is to not play at all. Congratulations, ladies. Congratulations, ladies. You played yourselves. Yep. Women are at the fault of all of this. They just, because like that woman says, they don't even know what they want themselves. You could give them the sun, the moon, the earth and the universe, and they would still get bored and they would still want more. There would still be a problem. This is the reality that most men are facing, and you wonder why we don't want to put up with any of this. It's a minefield of insanity. And to any logical man, or any man in general, that is just the opposite of what they want. They want peaceful, happy, easygoing life, but that is not what women want. That lady even said it. She said you just want chaos and the highs and the lows and insanity. You want to go for the unstable life rather than the stable life that's there for you. You know, the guys that you leave in your DMs, you don't answer to. All you're always chasing the guy that you think is the alpha or whatever crazy nonsense, the tallest guy or the guy with the six pack or the guy with the 666, or it's insane. So this is why men are just like, yep, that is not for me. Thank you. I am happy to do anything other than that. So on that note, until the next time, take it easy and peace.